Okay, hello everyone. Now we're doing Scorpio. What's up in the tub? So let me give y'all a handshake. I hope you're doing shake, shilaga, and let's get our body right. Okay, let's talk, my good old Scorpio. Now, Scorpio, allegedly, entertainment purposes only. I ask for spirit to knock down any spell work that is stowed upon me that should not be. I also ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metron to watch me as I do this reading. Now, let's get to it. You're a dreamer. You're really dreaming about a new start, and trust yourself and push yourself beyond the fear and set aside and take a leap to your faith. So you're a dreamer. You're gonna have to take a leap to your faith. You know what you're wanting. You're gonna have to leap out there. It's like reach out and touch somebody's hand and make this world a better place if you can. I said reach out and touch somebody's hand and watch over life another there and be there if you can. Reach out and touch somebody's hand and make this world a better place if you can. It says, okay, we have two energies, planning and action. Something is in planning. So when the dreamer wants to go out there and take some planning to, it's like 7 seeds. Somebody is planting seeds and making their garden, trying to get their rewards. And when it sprouts and it's going to be some joyous fun with 7 energies. You're going to start having more fun. It's going to be like 7 energies around you and you're going to be so happy. So happy. And somebody is immortal. Somebody could be 42 and they're immortal. In other words, they're not, people would call them their skin, they might look human, but deep down they're immortal when it comes to Lazarus coming. It says set your course, and know where you want to go. And, also have a plan. So you also need to have a plan. Whatever you're trying to do, make a good plan and go do it, okay? Now, the lesson you need to learn, baby, I'm going to tell you, Scorpio, is in relationships. You're trying to learn something about a relationship when it needs balance. When I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. In other words, you need balance in a relationship. Relationship has to have its balance to work, lust, and what you want. But see, the fears and that get to you says, I realize that I am testing myself to resolve, live in energy of love. So someone is testing themselves right now, and someone needs to have courage to do the things they need to do. It says, I find the inner strength to face fears with conditions, with confidence. So you got to face it with confidence, basically. Excuse if I had to get the words right, because sometimes I be all in my feelings, because I had to you see, I got stung on that word, like, hold up, no, we're not doing that. I'm going to figure that out. That's me. Let's see what is going on here. What else is going on here we need to talk about, baby? What's in store for you, Scorpio? Because some of you Scorpios, y'all has been faithful. What's going on with Scorpio with, being faithful and trustworthy and having all this good, karma? What's going on with you, Scorpio? Now, Scorpio, yes, it says, but you got some hostiles, like they're in your camp. So you need to rest and rejuvenate. 19, and then we have 26, because there's some hostilities that's going on around you. Everything is so hostile around you. It's like you got to be on guard, because, honey, they coming like with shepherds and all kinds. And so, it's about your temple. 12, it's about your temple, and it's about your financial constraints. The 13, because you got to learn how to constrain yourself on your spending, because it's a shortage of things. Things are finna get tight, real tight, and it's time to, people need to realize it's finna get a little tight, And so, there's a whole bunch of deceit out here going on. 25, somebody could be deceitful, and they only want 50, victory. Somebody 28, the thinking man 46. They're only looking at the victory that they would have if they got with you. So you need to look at it this way. You a cash cow. You a cash cow. You make money and you sleep and you go in the grave and do it and come back again like it ain't nothing. I always was one of those to stand my ground. My mind and my soul would never go. Okay, this is something else. What's going on, Scorpio? I have channel as I go, y'all. So sometimes we intervene. They be asking questions. So y'all go with it. Something about a job loss. Somebody has a job loss. Something about a job loss. It says because of, somebody has a job loss because they keep messing with their animals, allegedly, thinking they're like, take it to bed like your woman in the skid, because and so they got job loss because they were messing something with their something, okay? But somebody was doing something that they had no business doing with their, and they're reaping the costs of it. Allegedly. What else is going on here? They got job loss behind it too, for violating puppies and animals. Allegedly, cross watcher. You not saying this was you, but they violated puppies. Somebody named Hunt could have been involved in the past. It says to find the answers, your best is to ask yourself. You didn't have faith in what happened. It says watch next week. Your car could break down, so watch out. Somebody in Oklahoma City needs to know that. Just there's some soft kisses somebody send you. It's real bad for these karmics. It's gonna get real bad. That's somebody named Pat, allegedly. Something about mind controlled. It said somebody wanted you gone. They were doing those kind of spells, allegedly, but bloodline the emperors and empress that you came from. And honey, they don't play. They say this was a bad auntie, that you had in your midst. Somebody named John is just letting you know this person was bad. This says they were trying to keep you a secret because they wanted to look cool in front of their friends. They was trying to keep you a secret. Someone will ask you to marry them soon because, get ready, allegedly. Something about someone would ask you to marry them soon. What else is going on, allegedly? Allegedly. What else going on, allegedly? Allegedly, what's going on? Is there anything else? Watch out, there's some bad monies. You need to walk away from it. They may be offering. You walk away from it because it's bad. Come out in front and stop being in the past. There's some law problems coming out. Somebody got some law problems. Because watch out for, somebody's car might break down and stuff. The check engine light coming on. Something about that. They needed guidance. I am getting help with my learning how to cope with my problems in order to heal. Somebody wants to tell you that eat more vegetables. It's time. I'm not a doctor. Take care of your body in May. Something about China. Somebody named Sarah. Allegedly, all these names come out. I don't know them, but anyway, they could be anybody. Them names is coming out. It says, why would you not tell me these? Why you like telling me all these lies? It says test you or having thing for lying. Test you lose everything for lying. Your bad moods are bad. Somebody's moods are terrible. Says the police is coming, okay? Because somebody basically did something to somebody's son, allegedly. Then I ain't gonna say no more. Somebody had jeans on, allegedly. Somebody said no, yes they did. Somebody starseed, like, share, and subscribe.